are some of the challenges you face while maintaining high culinary standards? So, how do you deal with it, and how do you focus on the sustainability?
Um, that is actually a very tricky question, but I would say having different outlets here, and as I've mentioned earlier, we really wanted to stick to the core, to the classics. So it's inevitable that we would bring in products or we source products from, from maybe from France or from Thailand or elsewhere, something that we will not be able to find locally in here, just to be able to stick to the sanctity of the dish. So I think that's one of the challenge, bringing in. So that means if we fly it in from, let's say, Dubai or elsewhere, that means that, well, carbon footprint would be there. But however, what we do is we try to limit as much as possible, and maybe, yeah, limit as much as possible, and then we incorporate the rest of the local products that we have, or if we can find a good substitute that, or an alternative which we can find locally. I think
Yeah,
it's a very good solution also. Like I said, in attaining our sustainability goals.
yes.
So that challenge is, I think, would always be present as long as we work on providing something authentic, something classic. If we
Yes.
stick to the theme of each restaurant, I think that challenge would always be there.
Yes. Are there any culinary trends or anything that you know at the moment, like happening, or like how do you keep up with the trends and how do you maintain it here at the resort?
Yes, culinary trends. I think it has 2024. We see a lot of different and new culinary trends. I would say a lot of people now are. I would say there are a lot of conscious travelers now. They try to go to resorts that has a sustainability accreditation, and I'm proud to say that we actually do have here. Travelers are Most of the travelers now are plant plant-based or
Vegan.
plant-forward diet, vegan, vegetarian, and I think that's an emerging trend right now. People try to go to restaurants who are able to, or resorts who are able to produce food with lesser carbon footprint. And I would say this is a current trend that we are trying to adapt now. So as a way to move forward and as a way to stick to our goals and be able to accommodate and entice these kinds of travelers to come to a resort, we have actually done a lot of revisions in our menu, and we have offered more plant-based dishes. And I think with the brand standards that we follow, I would say that sooner we would be able to offer, you know,
A bigger
vegan,
range.
a bigger range of vegan options, a bigger range of vegetarian options, a healthy corner, a detox corner, or
That sounds very
yes,
good.
well, and also an offering, bringing in, or producing dishes from products that were produced in a sustainable manner. I think it's something that we are currently working on right now.
Can you talk about any training programs that has been developed here to train your team regarding these trends or the sustainable practices?
Yes, I would say the training programs, or training per se, is actually a big factor in our department, in the culinary department. So we get constant training aside from the in-house training that our sustainability manager provides. We would also hire or bring in experts, people to provide these kinds of training. So the training would actually it would range from food safety training, HACCP trainings as well, and we even bring in Michelin starred
Oh,
chefs
that's
and
really
master
great.
chefs every once in a while. They come in here and they would show us things that we don't know, things that trade secrets that they're willing to share to, of course, to this very young team. And with those kinds of training, it has actually made it's a good feeling for everyone when they're able to spend some time or actually meet Michelin chefs, master chefs, or renowned chefs from everywhere in the world. So
How often like these trainings?
if I was gonna base it for last year, I think we brought in about four of them. This year there are it's in the pipeline already, so we are not certain of the dates yet, but definitely we will be getting more of those kinds of trainings, more of those personalities coming in to our resort to provide
Okay.
training. And of course the ultimate goal is to actually be able to bring the level, the quality of our dishes to a notch higher, I would say.
And how, like, what are the reviews from your team after the trainings? These kind of.
They're just it's something that most of these young chefs um, dreamed of. Even I myself, when I was starting, I would when you get to be close to a chef who has been working on a Michelin restaurant or even a Michelin starred chef, I think it's always been a dream for everyone to be able to get up close and personal to them. How much more when you're able to actually get mentorship from those chefs. So it's something big, and it's something that everybody in the kitchen celebrates actually. So.
Okay. What are your future goals for the culinary programs at Sun Siyam Iru Fushi?
Well, I think there's no other direction here but to go forward and to go up in terms of the level of our offerings and the range of our offerings. Having mentioned all those things that includes sustainability goals or incorporating local produce, bringing in master chefs or chefs who has been experts of their field, specialty chefs. I think all these things are already in the pipeline for us to be able to move forward and, like I said, be able to even provide better offerings for our guests. Our goal, my goal as the head of the culinary department, my goal is to be able to ensure that every guest that comes here not only enjoys the natural beauty of the Maldives, the beach, the vegetation that we have, but most importantly, as I've always said this, I think food is an integral part of any travel, of any trip. So I would want them that when they come to Sun Siyam Iru Fushi, it would be the highlight of their stay. So not only that, whoever has strict dietary preferences or strict dietary requirements, I would want them to think that for them to have a worry-free holiday, then Sun Siyam Iru Fushi is the place for them.
So, can you share a particularly challenging or rewarding experience at your time at Sun Siyam?
I've been here for I'd say about almost 6 years now. I
Wow.
think all the time has been very rewarding, and I think I draw that feeling from not just from my staff, who is happy with their jobs in here, but also from every guest that I meet who expresses their satisfaction and their appreciation for whatever it is that we are doing in here. I think that's the part that's actually most rewarding, most fulfilling. And I think I'm not only speaking it for myself, but I think for all the chefs out there. Every time they have somebody who comes to them and tells them that your food is amazing, that your food is good. Thank you for providing me food that I can actually eat. Thank you for giving me plenty of options despite me being, has specific dietary requirements. All those combined together, I think it's the most rewarding thing any chefs can feel.
Get right.
Yeah.
Okay, so that will be the end of this interview. Do you have anything more to add, or do you want to share anything to the viewers?
I think you've asked a lot of questions in which I am able to actually bring up most of my thoughts as well with what we do here. Just a parting word. I think I'd like to invite everybody to experience Sun Siyam Iru Fushi, and like I said, I think this is the place to be.
I
for-
completely recommend it.
yes.
The
Thank you.
food here and the experience. So thank you so much, Kristoffer,
Thank you so much,
for taking part in this and for the insights. It was very fruitful.
Thank you very much for visiting us here.
Thank you so much.